So I had a bit of a costume change. I was just about to go to bed, and I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Turns out I was. So, here it is, the last video. This will be short and sweet. All I want to do is go through how to make a good graph. Nothing too crazy. So I'm going to label this 20, 40, and 60. And then over here, I'm going to label this 1, 2, gotta hide myself, 3, 4. Now, we just gotta look at our graph. We start at 0, 0. Then at 1 minute, we're at 60. And at 2 minutes, we're at 60 again. At 3 minutes, we're at 40. And at 4 minutes, we're at 20 again. So if we were to graph this, we just look here, bop, bop. All right. Now, I want to calculate the rise over run so that we can graph this as a VT graph. So the rise over run for this section, oh my God, that's terrible. 1 minute, oh, I messed up. Ignore that. That's supposed to be minutes. Whoopsie. And that is a rise of 60 meters. So in the first minute, we've got a velocity. I'm going to write this over here for my own sake. V is equal to 60 meters per minute, because all I did was rise over 1, 60 divided by 1. Pretty straightforward. The next region, let's change it the color to orange-ish yellow. Cool. This region, it doesn't rise over run at all, so this would be a slope of 0 meters per minute. So V2, 0 meters per minute. And for the remaining amount of time, the slope is constant, but in a downward direction. So this run is 2 minutes. The rise is negative 40. So minus 40 divided by 2 would be negative 20 meters per minute. Awesome. Now we're going to come over to the next slide. I'm going to pause the video real quick and get it all set up. Okay, so we're just going to look at this graph. V1, we know, is 60 meters per minute. So we know we are traveling at that speed from 0 all the way to 1 based on the previous graph right here. So all you got to do is go to 1 minute, go up to 60 meters. Notice how in this time the axes actually have a negative side, so we don't start at 0 down in this bottom corner. It actually starts in the middle of the graph. I actually made the mistake, which you will see later, where I didn't even realize that because my brain doesn't work past a certain hour. All right, so next one. V2, we know it is 0. So from any period of time after 1 second, we know it is equal to 0. We draw the little line up here to connect them because they are technically touching, even though they're slightly disconnected. We don't want it to be segmented because there's not some sudden break in reality, right? That's why they need to be connected. So for this period of time, we are at 0, 0. And the last one, nothing too special, except it's negative this time. So we come down here, negative should be around there. Negative 20 should be about there. All we gotta do, draw a straight line because it was constant, or a straight-ish line. And we've got our velocity graph. If we were to compare the velocity graph to the position versus time graph, The velocity graph would literally just be the slopes for these sections of time. And again, we will go over acceleration in the future and what that looks like with a VT graph. To give you a hint, VT won't be constant. It'll have to be a straight line in a linear direction. Okay? That's just a little hint for you. Maybe it looks something like this or that. Or this or that. Wow, I just gave away the game. That's what it'll look like. Oh my God. If you understand this, you'll be head and shoulders above the rest and ready for it. If you don't understand this, doesn't mean you're not going to catch up to the other guys. Okay? Don't stress. You're good. All right. That's all I have for this lesson. Do the DOL and enjoy your weekend, because I know my class is your favorite and you always save it for the best part of the day, which is the end of the day, right? So enjoy, do the weekly check, get the work done, all that yada, yada, yada good stuff. And yeah, that's all I have for you. Last thing that I should probably have done is realize I wasn't set up properly. Oh, man. Shoot. Okay, one sec. Okay, so for the first minute... Oh, man.